Hey guys, it's Erika. Welcome to part 2 of my first listen for TXT's The Name Chapter, Freefall. Really excited to be getting into finishing this first listen for this album. Again, I'm only checking out 6 of the 10 songs just because I don't do the title track because we've already checked out the title track in the music video. Also, not back for more TXT version. Do It Like That, we've already checked it out. And she's Not Feeling English version, not checking those out. So this part's going to include Happily Ever After and Skipping Stones and Blue Spring. Part 1 included Growing Pain, Dreamer, and Deep Down. Really excited to finish this out. I mean, TXT albums have been really good, like great from like their debut, but girl, I feel like we get better with time. We just get better with time. Like, I really love what they do. This one specifically, I'm feeling, girl, and it's called Freefall. So I kind of didn't think of this till I had to read the name of the album again, but I'm just like, there is this sort of almost like freefall feeling with each one. Like the music, like if you were to like, I don't know, like, I mean, the first one is just like, Growing Pains is very like, or definitely harder rock kind of metal. But the other ones, I don't know, there's just sort of like a free fallness to it. Like you can picture yourself free falling. I don't know. But anyways, I'm doing color code lyric videos for this one. But if anything is wrong, like the lyrics or the members parts, please don't kill the messenger. I think they've been pretty good so far, but I've kind of gotten lost in it too much. I haven't noticed if there is any mistakes, but maybe with certain translations, I think. But yeah, so let's not waste any more time and let's get into Happily Ever After. This is another song I thought they already released or had like an album name or something like that, Happily Ever After. Like, it is just such a TXT concept. I'm like, what do you, like, I'm like tripping out. I'm like, especially because a lot of the other songs like Back for More or Do It Like This, we already know very well. I'm like, wait, hold up. Is this like repackaged album or something that I don't know about? But yeah, so it's tripping me up. It's like some glitch in the Matrix Mandala effect type thing. Also felt the same thing with Growing Pains. I don't know, they just seem like very TXT concepts. So I kind of thought they already did it. It's tripping me out, girl. But anyways, Happily Ever After, let's go.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
It is it, girl, tell me. I started this and the beat didn't drop the way I wanted it to, so I'm stuck. I thought I was the main character in a wonderful fairy tale. The little bird sounds. You know what? In life, sometimes there is no right answer. Allegedly. We don't all get it. Oh, Yoju. The song is very chaotic, but also kind of like the stuff they include that feels very youthful and older TXT. It works with the concept extremely well. Like, you could tell me this part was for something from like 3 years ago. I'd be yes it was, or 4. How long have they been a group? I don't even know. I feel like it's been forever. When did they debut? They're crazy. (2019) I feel like they've been around so much longer. You could tell me like 2017, I would be like, yes they were. It's only been 4 years, maybe 3 years ago then. Oh, that's how it ends? They leave me wanting more. Yeah, okay, so I feel like a lot of the concepts they are tackling this album, it's sort of like Again, there's a lot of callbacks within the lyrics to a lot of previous concepts for them. Crown, horn, well, horn not necessarily, but devil, yeah. Other ones that I can't think of off the top of my head, like stars, and other stuff like that. So it's almost like looking back on those youthful concepts and realizing, girl, life didn't turn out that way, you know what I mean? Or like that maybe it was just like looking through life with the rose-colored glasses were these more like youthful, older TXT concepts, and now it's like life hits, reality hits. That kind of seems like that's what the album just overall is kind of like talking about, and I kind of really like it. I like how they do incorporate the sound of like earlier TXT stuff 4 years ago. They haven't even, that's like very, then I was like, I thought we were grown up, like why are they still doing youthful concepts? Because they've only been in the game 4 years. I think that I don't know, there's some groups where I'm just like, I've been following you for a decade. I haven't even like K-pop for a decade yet. But yeah, it'd be like that sometimes. I've consumed so much TXT, it's not even funny. But yeah, I like that. And I think especially if you are mentioning older like comebacks and concepts and stuff from like previous TXT stuff, really incorporating something that's really early makes sense and is sort of just like chaotic, because again, you have this sort of youthful, bright look at life, and then boom, reality hits you like a truck and it just will crush your dreams in a second. But that's how life be, so I like it. Again, they are tackling very sort of complex issues and presenting like the complexities that are kind of with that stuff, and like the philosophy, like sometimes there may not be a right answer. There's not like a right choice in the situation, you know what I mean? Like it might be that way, but you still got to make a decision about what is best in that moment. So the next one we got is Skipping Stone. So I think, right? Yes. Really excited to be checking this out. And again, I kind of like I tripped myself up because I thought TXT's been out longer than they have been. 2019, that is insane. I swear to God. I'm like, nah, they've been in the game like a good 6 years. I don't know where I had those thoughts. But yeah, so it kind of does make sense that they're still doing very youthful concepts, and it does make sense that like it does feel like almost a transitionary period from like a youthfulness from being like a teenager to like the realities of adulting. It makes a lot more sense now that I know factually how long they've been in the game. Again, I feel like they've been in the since like forever. Like you could have told me Crown was like 2015, I would have been like, yes it was. I remember right along with that BTS run comeback. But anyways, time's a blur. When you've been doing this as long as I have and you check out everything from an artist, you can tell me Mark Lee has been in the game for like 15 years. I would have said yes he has. In career length, yes he has. But anyways, Skipping Stones, you know what it let go. Interesting. This is the third song Kai started on the album. Not including any other ones I've checked out. Again, the music is crazy. I don't know if I said it in this part, but the sound, can't get this anywhere else. Rocking out again. I love their, I've realized this, listen to Growing Pains. They didn't say. Their voices suit the rock genre so well, especially Kai. I like how we got 2 rock songs for this one. The lyricism is insane. Okay, background vocals. Kai. Vocals crazy. Okay, yo, Jun, take us out, take us out. Yeah, I like that. I like that they included 2 rock songs within there. This album, that's really, really dope, especially Skipping Stones. It's so, it kind of sounds like, I don't know, like Skipping Stones a little bit, like it's so weird. But like, I like it. It's definitely kind of a little bit more like alternative, sort of like, especially with the way it like starts out and then the way we start just like rocking into it. Like, yes, while Growing Pains is definitely a lot more just like heavier, they definitely did a lot of like interesting stuff that, it's interesting because you can look at rock overall as a genre and it was kind of like the punk and the pop punk that was really popular, but the way they're sort of now being breakoffs into the other genres of like an overall art rock sort of thing. And I say rock as an overarching term for all the genres like that can just like fall into rock, you know what I mean? Not just so specific to, like, sometimes it may not be as specific as other stuff, but that was really, really cool. And it's sort of like Skipping Stones is just such like something you do when you're like a kid, but then also just sort of just like a throwaway thing. Like, sure, you may remember a happy moment where you were skipping stones and when you skipped your first stone or whatever, but like taking something and sort of using it as like a metaphor for like, if you take this rock, this like, if this rock is just like holding all your pain and you throw it and you let it go, what does that mean for you? Again, these complex concepts that again don't necessarily have an easy answer or like a right answer for it, and the way they sort of use the lake to be just like your heart and stuff, and if you throw that, what does that mean? You know what I mean? Like how does that, like, again, very, very complex issues. Not necessarily just like well, some of them are more complicated, but just like stuff that I feel like everybody has to go through and everybody just like thinks about, but like people don't necessarily want to think about it or want to express it or even make a song about it because it may not have an ending and there may not be like a right answer, like a happy answer to it. So, but I kind of like that they do tackle these concepts and these issues because again, it's something that is so universal that everybody has to experience. So it's really, really dope. Last one, Blue Spring. And I also realized I was kind of like, have I heard Blue Spring? I have, because they performed it at Lollapalooza. Before, it was just like an unreleased song, so I'm happy that they did release it. It's like a fan song. It was beautiful when they sung it at Lollapalooza. So, and I think they also did it at their concert as well, but they finally put it out. I mean, that's a big hit thing to do. If whatever song may be unreleased, girl, she may be coming out later. Maybe when members do their solo stuff that I've been waiting for so long for Spotify, because SoundCloud's a whole thing. But well, it's not like super duper complicated, but I guess I just, well, like, yeah, way back then I would listen to SoundCloud specifically for all the BTS unreleased stuff, and then all the other groups that started doing unreleased stuff on Spotify, or not Spotify, SoundCloud. But yes, Blue Spring. So yeah, I really like this one. I think it's very beautiful. It's a good time. It's a fan song. It's emotional. So let's get into it. Alright, slam my keyboard. Pedal lights again, bring it out.
안아준 내 곁에 It's just like magic 너뿐이야 내 불도 crowd으로
See, magic, horn, crown, blue, spring, TXT concepts.
When we're high, when we're low 넌 늘 곁에 All my youth 가득 차
All my youth is filled with their warmth. That's facts. Like most of their youth, not most of their youth. The 4 or so years they've been around has been filled with their fans. Oh, and when everybody was singing along in La La, it was so in a moment. I think did I cry? I don't remember if I cried. Also, blooming is. Isn't that a TXT concept? Am I tripping? I don't know. It's a really good fan song. Okay, they didn't change. Anybody who experienced this song, I'm so jelly. Live. And that is all she wrote. Well, not all she wrote, but yeah, it's a definitely interesting album overall. I can't really say like a top-down listen flows the best compared to a lot of other albums just because I don't know, like the energy gets so wild. Like, again, Growing Pains, metal, we're rocking out. And then you get Chasing That Feeling, a retro vibe. And then you get Back for More. And then we're in our feelings with Dreamer. And then we're to Deep Down. Well, I feel like Dreamer, Deep Down, Happily Ever After, Skipping Stones, and Blue Spring, that chunk fits really, really nicely in terms of like a top-down listen. But then we get from Blue Spring, I'm in my feelings, I'm probably crying, to Do It Like That with the Joe Bros. And then we get Chasing That Feeling English version. So, well, Do It Like That and then Chasing That Feeling kind of works really nicely back to back together. But yeah, it is sort of just like overall like a mixed, I feel like, type of album. Like, again, there are some that flow really nicely in terms of like how you're listening to it, but then there are others not so much. Like, there's interesting breaks within the album itself. But I still think it's amazing overall. I mean, it's not very often or ever that I ever do a first listen and I've already checked out, well, yeah, that I've checked out so many songs, but also that like there's so like they include the other additional songs that they did in here. Like, if that happens, it's a repackaged album, and I don't normally do a first listen for a repackaged album because it'll be like only like 2 or 3 songs, and one of those is probably a title track. So it's very, very interesting, but I think it's overall a really fantastic album. I mean, like it's called Freefall, and there is sort of like I guess a loss of control feeling when you're free falling. So that's like what the album really kind of tackles a lot again. And I like how, you know, they do have a lot of callbacks to their previous concepts that were very youthful and bright and happy and good times, you know what I mean? But then there's sort of like the reality of it that does like hit, that leaves you questioning certain things, you know, that they do tackle for this album, which is amazing that they do it, because sometimes it's complex and there's not easy answers, and so like it's almost like, how do you make a song about it, you know what I mean, if you don't have like a good clear answer for it. But they found a way to do it, and they did it so excellently, and I really love the album just like so far. But I also, again, because okay, my dog. The point I was trying to make was like that, it's like my dog barked and I lost my train of thought. Oh, that it's not like, it's like, it's still like, it's not like disrespecting those previous concepts about being like, oh, if there was a house, that's too similar of an analogy. I'm sorry, I won't use that one. But it's not like, again, just like throwing away all those previous concepts. Like, they didn't, that's not like the reality. Those concepts don't like mean anything, so we're going to completely like disregard and disrespect them. No, it still kind of like has those, like leaves the value within those, because some of those mean a lot to people, you know, those certain concepts. So not like completely just like throwing them away and like disregarding them or like disrespecting them in a way is really great. And I like how they did like navigate it, how it can be like a callback to these other things about like, hey, maybe this isn't how life is going anymore, because we're growing up and there's realities and there's adulting and there's life, you know what I mean? But it's not a completely disrespect or disregard of it completely, and that's what I really like about it, because I feel like sometimes with other groups that I've seen, it'll be like a complete disregard of that, and like almost like, you know, I'm trying not to use the analogy to be so specific, but I sort of like how they do maintain the value in their older stuff as well, and I do like it. I mean, again, it does feel like it's much more of a transitionary period from like teenagehood into adulthood, you know what I mean? But like a lot more in like the later years of that, not like going from 17 to 18, now I'm an adult, what does that mean? You know, there's a little bit more of like an older kind of concept for that. But again, I still like, you can still think about these issues when you are maybe a little bit younger than that, or even a little bit older than that, because it's a universal experience. You know, we all go through all these things, and they tackled those issues very, very beautifully, and I really liked just what they did overall. The lyricism is insane, the instrumentation is just so interesting. They're so like, it's weird to call it like experimental, but it kind of is very experimental with what they're doing. But I love the sound and the music overall, their concepts. I mean, they've always kind of done concepts like this, but what they do, what they're doing here is just like so interesting, especially kind of being in the middle entry of a trilogy, because you had like Temptation and like a Peter Pan concept, and then this one, it's called Freefall, and I mean the music video was very Marvel-esque, you know what I mean? But much less defined one, especially because there wasn't like a trailer or anything, like a big, like a longer form one for this comeback. So yeah, but definitely tackling these issues. It'll be interesting to see what their next release will be in terms of the name chapter series, but I really loved it. I love the lyrics, I love the sound of everything. My favorites, girl, I don't even know. They're all so good. They're all so good. I mean, I definitely feel, well, I feel Blue Spring a lot because that's just a beautiful song, but Happily Ever After is a cool concept. Skipping Stone, I think I lean more towards the rock ones, like Growing Pains and Skipping Stones a lot, but I mean Deep Down is cool, Dreamer's dope too as well. I mean, it's a really, really good album that, you know, even though I feel like the ones I reacted to kind of get a little bit more like emotional and heavier, we just listen to it like that after. You know, maybe that's why they're on there, so that we can feel good about something, you know what I mean? And I guess, you know what, actually Chasing the Feeling makes a lot of sense now, because like if you have all these concepts, maybe you're chasing that feeling of like happiness and like joyfulness, but then you have all this. Why are we chasing that feeling? Because I gotta deal with this. But yeah, I think it's a fantastic album. It's really good. Even not like every album has to be necessarily amazing from like a top-down listen, but or like just like flow so beautifully. I really appreciate it when it does it, but then sometimes it doesn't always work out that way. I hit my trip on, I'm sorry. But I still think this is a really amazing album with really great lyrics and really interesting concepts for songs that I really, really love, that I feel like I haven't really seen before, especially in the K-pop world. And then also, oh, what song was the all-Korean one? I didn't even pick up on that. Oops, I'm sorry. I didn't realize which one was the all-Korean song. I heard that, and I was like, I'm gonna look for it, and then I forgot completely because I got so wrapped up in everything else. But fantastic album, really, really amazing. I mean, TXT has always had really great albums and really great music, and this is absolutely no exception to it. But we get better with time. We get better with time, and it just everything always hits. Oh my god. But yes, really, really loved it. Fantastic once again. I mean, if I do, I'm gonna see a TXT version, physical version at my Walmart, and I'm gonna be like, you're coming home with me. It just happens. That's how it happens every time. The last one was really hard because there was like 2 green ones and I didn't know which green album I had. But it's amazing. I love physical copies. They have pretty good physical copies, TXT. Anyways, go to put your thoughts and comments down below. What you thought about TXT's The Name Chapter Freefall. If you liked this video, give this video a thumbs up. If you liked me and want to see more of my videos, go and hit that subscribe button. If you want to see my videos the second they come out, hit that notification button. Want to follow me on social media, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Threads, in the description down below or at the end screen. If you like gaming content, I have a gaming channel. It's called Erika Games, currently playing Resident Evil 2 for spooky season, so if you could join me over there for that. Thank you guys so much for watching. Love you, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.
Fall like a shooting star.